Last night I parked it up. I had been over in Chester in court all day. I'm training to be a barrister. And I drove it home, parked it in its normal car parking space outside the apartments. And something made me go and look at it. And I did. And it was no longer in its parking bay. It was across the other side of the road with every window caved in and supporters jumping all over it, holding banners, taking photos. They started to smash the windows in. And then they jumped over it, opened the main door, got in, took the handbrake off, and they pushed it across the road and pushed it at quite a considerable speed. There's about 50 of them pushing it into a building. So obviously the front bit, that's how it's got damaged at the front. And they just proceeded to jump over it, kick it. They were running up to it with their fists, hitting it. There's quite a lot of blood over the car, to be honest. There's bottles inside. They've taken everything that's inside. It's not a pretty sight, really. They were all Rangers fans, men and women, ranging from 15 to 50 from what I could see. I mean, I stayed with my car stupidly. I stayed with it for about 2.5 hours, and it continued. I called 999. They said someone would be in attendance. I got tired of waiting, so I went to the end of the road where there was a police blockade, and there was in excess of 30 officers, and they said, "We can't deal with this, I'm sorry." And I was very concerned because the car was full of petrol, and it's a 3-litre engine, it's full, and they were trying to set light to it, and if the car had gone up, it was right next to buildings, and God knows what would have happened, but the police didn't want to know. It was alarmed and everything. The alarm was going off, so it's not an easy car to break into, really. Well, they haven't broken into, they just smashed it up. One man said, "This is what us Scots do." Not one Rangers fan stopped to help me or stopped to say, "Oh my God, what's happened?" They just took photos of it and held their banners across it and thought it was amazing what had happened. So no, I've got no respect for them whatsoever. They've got no respect for this city. It was opened up for their pleasure. We didn't have to do this. We didn't have to put the screens on, and they have absolutely ransacked not only my car but all the surroundings, and it is appalling.